If you're a diehard Browns fan and love breaking down the game like we do, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a blitz. Dillon Gabriel's potential departure from the Browns at the end of the season has become one of the most whispered rumors across the NFL landscape, and insiders suggest that the situation could shake the very foundation of the team's quarterback plans moving forward. Fans have been noticing subtle hints in practice sessions, with Gabriel sometimes appearing detached, almost as if his mind is elsewhere. Analysts have pointed out that his throwing mechanics have shown minor inconsistencies, which could be attributed not to skill, but to a lack of emotional investment in the current setup. Sources close to the Browns' locker room indicate that conversations about Gabriel's future have intensified behind closed doors, with coaches and management reportedly weighing the risks and benefits of either retaining him or facilitating a trade. The speculation is fueled further by the team's recent performance fluctuations, where moments of brilliance have been followed by puzzling lapses, sparking debates about whether Gabriel's style truly meshes with the offensive strategy. Rumor mills suggest that rival teams have already begun discreetly scouting his play, preparing for the possibility that Gabriel could become one of the most talked-about free agent quarterbacks in the coming offseason. The tension is palpable, and social media chatter reflects a fan base divided between hope and apprehension as the season edges closer to its climax, leaving everyone questioning if Gabriel's exit is imminent or simply a strategic bluff. Word has spread through NFL circles that Dillon Gabriel's rumored exit from the Browns might be more than just idle speculation, and insiders hint that contract negotiations, or the lack thereof, could be a key factor in his potential departure. While his current contract technically keeps him tied to the team, sources suggest that conversations about extensions have either stalled or been met with lukewarm responses from management. This perceived indifference has only fueled the rumor mill, leading many to believe that Gabriel might seek greener pastures where his role as a starting quarterback is guaranteed and fully supported. Speculation intensifies when looking at the Browns' roster composition, which appears to be in a transitional phase, with younger talent being developed alongside seasoned veterans, potentially creating an environment that may not fully align with Gabriel's ambitions or career trajectory. Analysts have observed that such situations often catalyze major shifts, and in Gabriel's case, the allure of joining a team with a more defined offensive scheme could be too tempting to resist. Fans have expressed mixed reactions online, with some emphasizing loyalty and patience, while others argue that a departure could spark a new era for both Gabriel and the Browns, offering fresh opportunities for innovation and strategy adjustments. The rumor gains credibility when considering Gabriel's past interviews, where he has hinted at valuing autonomy and playing under conditions where his impact is maximized, leaving fans and commentators alike to wonder if the Browns' internal dynamics will ultimately retain him or if this season is destined to mark the end of his tenure. Speculation about Dillon Gabriel leaving the Browns has reached fever pitch, with social media platforms and sports forums lighting up as fans dissect every possible clue, from subtle Instagram posts to his body language during press conferences. Insiders reveal that management meetings have been increasingly tense, with discussions revolving around long-term strategy, player morale, and how Gabriel fits into the team's vision. While no official statement has been made, the whispers among coaching staff suggest a nuanced debate. Some believe retaining Gabriel is crucial for maintaining stability, while others feel a change at quarterback could provide a necessary jolt to the team's offensive rhythm. Meanwhile, rival teams reportedly view Gabriel as an attractive target, recognizing his potential to step into a starting role without the adjustment period that many rookies or untested players require. Sports journalists note that the narrative surrounding Gabriel is evolving rapidly, with one moment depicting him as the cornerstone of the franchise and the next casting doubt on his commitment to the Browns' long-term goals. Rumors point to potential trade scenarios that would not only alter the team's quarterback landscape, but also influence draft strategies, salary cap planning, and overall franchise direction. Fans debate heatedly about whether Gabriel's exit would symbolize failure or opportunity, with opinion columns and highlight reels fueling the conversation. Every pass he throws, every sideline gesture, every interaction with teammates is being scrutinized, creating a heightened sense of anticipation that the offseason could bring seismic shifts in both the Browns roster and Gabriel's career trajectory. making this one of the most talked about stories in recent NFL history. The narrative surrounding Dillon Gabriel and the Browns is also being shaped by historical context, with past quarterbacks who left under similar circumstances serving as cautionary tales or sources of hope, depending on the perspective. Comparisons have been drawn to situations where talented players departed due to misalignment with coaching philosophy, only to flourish elsewhere, feeding the speculation that Gabriel could become a transformative addition to a rival team. Sources hint that internal discussions have been particularly focused on whether the current offensive coordinator's scheme complements Gabriel's strengths, or whether a mismatch has subtly eroded confidence on both sides. Team morale is reportedly being monitored closely, with leadership aware that public perception and media narratives can influence locker room dynamics. Fans have taken to forums and podcasts to dissect potential trade destinations, weighing pros and cons, projecting offensive statistics, and speculating how Gabriel's presence could tilt the balance in already competitive divisions. Meanwhile, agents and advisors are rumored to be actively exploring possibilities behind the scenes, ensuring that Gabriel's career trajectory is safeguarded regardless of the Browns' decisions. The rumor mill thrives on this web of interconnected factors, combining professional evaluations, fan speculation, and the ever-present human element of ambition, uncertainty, and timing. As the season progresses, every game, every timeout, and every press interaction becomes fodder for debate, making it nearly impossible to separate fact from conjecture in a narrative that feels both inevitable and unpredictable. Insiders have suggested that Dillon Gabriel's potential exit from the Browns might hinge on a combination of professional ambition and strategic timing, a scenario that adds layers of complexity to an already tense offseason. The rumor takes on added weight because sources indicate that discussions with other franchises could be happening quietly, perhaps even months in advance, setting the stage for a potential blockbuster move. Analysts speculate that Gabriel's decision-making will likely factor in both his immediate role on the team and the long-term prospects, including the strength of surrounding personnel, offensive line quality, and coaching philosophy. The Browns, aware of the potential for disruption, are reportedly evaluating contingency plans, ranging from internal quarterback promotions to pursuing trades that could maximize value if Gabriel ultimately leaves. The situation creates a delicate balancing act for management, demonstrating commitment to current players while preparing for possible transitions that could redefine the franchise. Fans have expressed intense curiosity and anxiety, tracking every development in real time across social media, sports news, and insider blogs. The rumor carries emotional weight, not just in terms of strategy and performance, but also in the cultural narrative around loyalty, leadership, and professional growth within the NFL. Speculation has reached a point where even minor details, a smile during an interview, a cryptic social media post, a sideline gesture, are analyzed for clues, feeding the sense that Gabriel's future with the Browns is an open-ended story that could climax dramatically at the end of the season. The intensity of speculation surrounding Dillon Gabriel's rumored departure from the Browns has turned what might have been routine off-season chatter into a full-blown narrative with global attention, as sports media outlets, fan accounts, and analysts continuously dissect the implications. According to insiders, Gabriel's on-field performance, while generally strong, is now being interpreted through the lens of impending change, with each play examined for signs of frustration, disengagement, or subtle messaging about his readiness to explore other opportunities. The Browns management is reportedly in a delicate position, balancing the need to maintain team cohesion with the potential benefits of negotiating terms that could retain Gabriel or maximize trade value. Analysts and commentators note that the quarterback market is highly volatile, and a player of Gabriel's caliber could significantly shift the balance of power if he transitions to a new team. Fans, meanwhile, are caught in a whirlwind of hope, fear, and speculation, engaging in debates about whether the rumors reflect reality or are simply amplified by media cycles hungry for dramatic narratives. The rumor has also sparked broader discussions about team culture, player autonomy, and strategic alignment, as observers consider how Gabriel's possible exit could influence not just the Browns' on-field performance, but the perception of the franchise in the NFL ecosystem. Each passing week, each game, and each statement is scrutinized, building a sense of anticipation and uncertainty that makes this storyline one of the most compelling, mysterious, and emotionally charged narratives in professional football today, leaving everyone eager to see how it will unfold at season's end. Enjoying the content so far? Smash that like button and drop your take in the comments. We want to hear what you think about the Browns this season. The speculation surrounding Dillon Gabriel's potential exit from the Browns has sparked a tidal wave of conjecture about where he could end up, with rival teams reportedly lining up quietly, assessing the fit, and imagining the possibilities. Sources suggest that teams in need of a quarterback with Gabriel's skill set are already mapping out offensive schemes to accommodate his strengths, projecting him into lineups where his decision-making, mobility, and accuracy could immediately transform offensive efficiency. Insiders indicate that informal conversations have taken place, sometimes in hotel lobbies before games, sometimes through agents operating behind closed doors, with scouts whispering about the ideal scenario for Gabriel's transition. Fans have begun speculating wildly, with mock drafts, fantasy league adjustments, and social media polls fueling a frenzy that blends excitement with anxiety. Analysts argue that Gabriel's potential departure could spark a domino effect, influencing not just the Browns but entire divisions, affecting draft picks, salary caps, and strategic planning for multiple franchises. The rumor mill thrives on small details, from training camp observations to sideline interactions, with commentators dissecting every glance, gesture, and tweet, framing each as a potential sign of commitment or discontent. The story has become a living, evolving entity, drawing attention from casual observers and diehard fans alike, all trying to decode what might be the most pivotal career decision in Gabriel's young tenure, as the Browns organization braces for consequences that could redefine its identity and trajectory in the NFL. Rumors indicate that Dillon Gabriel's relationship with the Browns coaching staff may play a significant role in his decision, with insiders hinting at subtle tensions that have been escalating behind closed doors. While on the surface the interactions appear professional, sources suggest that Gabriel may feel constrained by the play-calling system or possibly undervalued in terms of his input in offensive strategies. This perception, whether real or imagined, can create a psychological undercurrent that drives a player to consider alternative opportunities where their influence and agency are more pronounced. Speculation has grown further because management meetings, typically confidential, are rumored to have included heated debates about the team's quarterback strategy, leaving coaches in a precarious position of maintaining loyalty while preparing for contingencies. Observers point out that Gabriel's skill set, his arm strength, field vision, and mobility, makes him a highly desirable asset, increasing the likelihood that he could receive offers from teams ready to build an offense around him. Fans have reacted with mixed emotions, some advocating patience and confidence in retaining him, others embracing the idea that a departure could catalyze positive change both for Gabriel's career and for the Browns' long-term planning. The narrative continues to evolve daily, feeding speculation, fueling media coverage, and creating a climate of uncertainty that keeps everyone guessing about what will ultimately happen at the end of the season. Sources close to the Browns hint that Dillon Gabriel's rumored departure could also be influenced by external pressures, including media scrutiny, fan expectations, and comparisons to other quarterbacks who have either thrived or struggled after changing teams. While Gabriel has maintained professionalism publicly, insiders suggest that the constant spotlight and public debate may weigh heavily on his perception of where he belongs and what environment would best facilitate his growth. Analysts point out that the timing of a potential move is critical, as the offseason window offers both opportunities and risks, with draft strategies, free agent markets, and team needs all intersecting to create a complex chessboard. Rumor mills are also fueled by subtle social cues, from practice intensity to interview phrasing, with experts interpreting these as indicators of intent or dissatisfaction. Fans engage in endless discussions, weighing pros and cons, projecting statistical impacts, and imagining narrative arcs that could redefine not only Gabriel's career but the Browns' trajectory in the league. Meanwhile, internal strategy meetings reportedly explore every scenario, from retaining him with improved support structures to negotiating a trade that maximizes the team's assets. Each development, no matter how minor, is amplified through media coverage, creating a feedback loop where speculation becomes almost indistinguishable from reality, leaving everyone on edge as the season approaches its climax and the fate of Gabriel and the Browns' quarterback future hangs in the balance. Thanks for riding with us on another Browns Blitz. If you liked the video, share it with a fellow fan, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you're always part of the Dawg Pound conversation. Go Browns!